Speaking of inappropriate, according to an insider close to the Smith family, Jada Pinkett-Smith thinks that Will overreacted, but she isn't upset with him and did not want her to defend him. What the hell is this nonsense? The insider also said she's not one of those women that needs protecting. She's not a wallflower. She's a strong woman and an opinionated woman, and she can fight her own battles, but she'll stand by him. What do you think about this? Q, I see you having a reaction to this. I know we're very sick of this, but yeah, there it is.
So first and foremost, I don't want to hear this, right? Like I am so tired in the media thing, a source, an insider. I'm not doing that no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because quite frankly, any publication can make up whatever the hell they want to make up and say an insider. Say, who is it? I need that thing to say Sheila Johnson, the stylist to Jada, said, miss me with all this insider said this and a source said that. However, if the insider is correct and Jada did say this, she honestly needs to just shut up at this point because, you know, Will went off and did it. And granted, you may feel that way, but it also comes off a little bit like you kind of throwing him under the bus, in my opinion, when you could just keep your mouth closed and remain neutral.
Good point. Al, what do you think about this? First of all, do you think Jada really said this?
Absolutely. Claudia, you know this. I was married to a celebrity and some pretty big significant things happened during that. And the insiders are people in the camp. And the first thing that people do, especially this story is huge. This is probably one of the biggest stories we've ever seen in the last 25 years or 20 years, if we want to be honest. They go to the people that are closest to the couple and they talk to them. They place outbound calls and they fish for information just like this. 100% she said it. And the thing, though, to me is I'm infuriated that she would even allow anyone to scoop this story out of her camp, because after what has he given up so far? Sony Pictures delayed. Netflix delayed. Resigned from the Academy. Waiting on disciplinary actions. Fighting with Chris Rock's entire family. Hollywood heavy hitters are separating themselves from him. What else? And she is really going to say this. She's really going to say this. I find it just sad that this would even come out of her mouth, whether she told an insider confidence or not. It just should not have been said. But we're not going to question it because we saw that new film or footage where when he actually slapped Chris Rock, she laughed.
I agree with both of y'all. I will say that, yeah, listen, we all know about false press. It doesn't, especially when they're not identifying who they are. But what would make this better is if, she's been radio silent. If she would come out and say, listen, I did not say that. She said nothing. And it's like, this is your husband. This is not your boyfriend. This is not someone you're dating. It would be nice if there was like one united front. Like, stars get lied on all the time, but there's nothing wrong with releasing a joint statement saying, listen, I support my man and I did not say this. I don't know. Like the silence is making me think that she did say it now.
Well, she's saving it all, which is smart. She's saving it all for the red table. With anything we want to know, she's going to, just how people say, you got to get the book. Anything we want to know, we got to go to the table.
We have a couple of soulmates chiming in. Life of Deshanta says, I think the insider is lying. Aries 88 says they don't have any leaks in their camp. That's not true. Every camp has leaks. And Melissa James says she's trying to do damage control. She's trying to save her red table.
That red table ain't going nowhere. That red table ain't going. That red table is what caused all of this, and it's going to continue to cause mess and confusion in their marriage if this is not the last time they discuss anything going on in their household. Because the reality of the situation is all the emasculation that Will is feeling is as a result of them putting their business out on that damn table.
Well, this is my question. Whether you want to save it for the red table or not, you can tweet something else. You can tweet out prayer hands for my husband, Will, during this difficult time. There are different ways that you can show support for the turmoil that this man has found himself in at the pinnacle of his career. I just feel like as a wife, she could do better.
I mean, but that would be for the public. She showed him support. Tiffany Haddish told her what to do. She sucked it from the bike. She showed all the support.
You know, I get saving it for red table, but is the red table more important than your 25-year marriage? Your husband's out here looking just by himself. He's on an island. You know what I mean? When people like through with him and he's losing this, you know, job after, well, not jobs, but things are being paused. You're kind of letting him kind of be out there to dry without saying anything. And I would feel like if my man had a show, your show is more important than how I'm like a public display of support. You don't got to give the whole thing away. Give a teaser, say something, have my back and like just say, like you said, Al, a tweet, something.
But I'm pretty sure, guys, he's in on it. I'm pretty sure he's not sitting in that house with her, looking at her like, oh, you just ain't gonna say nothing. You just ain't gonna say nothing. I'm sure they've had a conversation about how they're going to.
You saw how he looked on that red table when she dragged him to the table to talk about that entanglement. I don't care what he says, talking about he had just flew back from Europe. That man looked distraught. He looked like he was on his last days of messing with her mess. I think, this is just my opinion, that there is a tad bit of abuse going on in that relationship or marriage. And Will Smith is fed up, and that's why he resorted to the slap.
There was a clip about her with her and her daughter, and they were talking, oh my God, Kat, please stop, mind your business. Okay, about narcissistic traits. And Jada said, I think I have some narcissistic traits. And I was like, wow, you know, now they're going to dig up every little thing they ever said.
Mm-hmm.
No, the big part, Claudia, was the letter that the daughter wrote to Tupac. Now, that's the one that really changed my entire understanding of that family dynamic and what Will is going through. What was she, 8, 6, 7, 8-year-old, writes a letter to a man that does not live on earth anymore, was not alive when she was born, a letter saying, please come back so that me and my mother can be happy again. That speaks volume to the level of abuse that man, Will Smith, is going through in that marriage.
Well, okay. I wish I could say this is the last we're going to be talking about it, but we covered trending topics. All right.